Welcome back to Squatch Watch, your source for all things cryptozoological in the greater Seattle area, and the only podcast that gives you the straight truth on the Squatch himself.
Brian, there's like 30 other cryptid casts based out of Seattle. 4 of them launched this month.
The only podcast that gives you the straight Squatch from Brian Belenda and Jessica 12trees. Tonight, we're starting with a local favorite, the Dragger.
You mean that dumb creepypasta character?
It's no character, Jess. The Dragger is the real deal. It's been living in the Seattle underground since at least the 80s.
I've heard it all, Bri. It's just a kid's game that got out of hand, and I'm sick of seeing a half dozen student films about it every year from UW.
Hey, The Beast of Belltown was, really good. I heard they even got greenlit for a feature adaptation.
For me, it's just like, Dragger, really? Is that the scariest thing about it, that it drags people? Not like what happens after it drags you to its lair?
I think that is scary, you know? It's the mystery for me. It's the fear of the unknown.
It's just giving, be more creative?
All right, well, we can agree to disagree. We'll be right back after this message from our sponsor, Trebuchet, for all your flower delivery needs. And after the break, we have a special guest in studio to tell us all about the Reuter clan living in the pines of Mount Rainier.
Now, this is a scary one. Didn't Kennesaw Reuter kidnap an astronaut to try and consume their flesh and gain the ability to breathe in outer space?
Jessica, don't be ridiculous.
My boy's coming home.
This is a very high-profile target. Do you think they knew about Cross before anyone else?
I don't need a babysitter.
Good evening, travelers, and welcome back to the court of the Jester Princes. I am your storyteller, Jonas Tintenseher. We are playing Vampire the Masquerade V5 Midnight Gravity. Joining me tonight, Rachel Kordell.
I'm Mars, and tonight's song is You're Having My Baby by Paul Anka and Odia Coates.
Casey Reardon.
I'm playing Mathias Wilson, and are you Thurston for a Thurston fact?
Oh, please.
Parched.
Did you know that Howard Thurston's traveling magic show might have been the biggest one of all time? It was so large that it needed 8 train cars to transport his entire roadshow.
Oh my God.
That's a little excessive.
No.
It's a big production.
It's perfect.
Seth Coveyou.
Hi, I play Timothy Foster.
Just
I wouldn't just pause it afterwards.
I don't know why.
waiting for the shoe to drop eventually. I don't know when it's going to
I've
be.
done the same thing every time.
I know. And one day it's going to be different.
Okay.
I'm really just waiting for you to be like the boy wizard wonder. Like, it's just going to happen again.
Sky Swanson.
Hey there. Some species of fish migrate like... Oh, we're doing fish fact. Some species of fish migrate like birds. But not birds. Arguably, the most famous fish that does this is the salmon, which travels over 3,000 miles to get to its original spawning grounds. However, they have nothing on the Dorado catfish, which swims over 7,200 miles to spawn again.
Wow.
That's Reggie.
Did you say birds?
You could say that they do it like butterflies instead of birds, if you like.
Yeah, they migrate like butterflies.
Andrew Frost.
That felt good. It felt good.
Hello. My name's Antonio Stregano. Did you expect me to say something different this time?
Well, you did.
I really thought you were going to say you killed
My father.
You killed my father.
You killed my father, prepare to die.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, he killed. What? Who? Huh?
My name
no.
is Antonio Stregano. You killed my patient, prepare to die.
You
His
killed
patients
this
are already dead.
Yeah, I was going to
corpse.
say.
That is
I don't know
true.
that that's
Yeah,
a problem
I
for
forgot
him.
about
Thank you for the paycheck.
Last time on Midnight Gravity, our coterie followed Mathias to meet the primogen of the Malkavian clan in Seattle, Vivian O. Vivian introduced our kindred to Seo Jun's son, a K-pop star on the first leg of a nationwide tour, recently and unlawfully embraced by a rogue Nosferatu. Vivian tasked the coterie with tracking down Seo Jun's sire and capturing or killing them before Saturday's upcoming Elysium. Mars and Antonio headed for Seo-jun's hotel to kickstart the investigation, while the rest of the coterie split up to find shelter for the day. And we will begin with Mathias.
Okay.
As dawn comes on the night of February 24th into February 25th, where does Mathias head?
Mathias he's kind of deciding where he wants to go. He has a couple places that he could hit up for a place to sleep, but it doesn't take him too long to decide that he wants to sleep in his bed. So he is going to head south of Chinatown to this Italian restaurant. It's got a bright red neon sign that just says, "Mama's Good Italian." And he goes up to the door. It's not open yet, but he unlocks it, heads to the back, and heads up the stairs to his apartment above the Italian restaurant, that he actually has to go into the restaurant in order to get to his apartment, because that's just how the building decided to be constructed. It was not initially supposed to be a restaurant downstairs, but they converted it.
You're heading home. As you're heading up to your apartment, so there's a few other rooms here as well that also live above the restaurant. And as you're coming upstairs, you see a little kid sitting on the stairs, on the stairwell, on the landing of the stairwell. Short kid, 9 or 10 years old, big kind of swoop of blonde hair, but he's just leaning on the stairs. He's got his head down. He's not even looking at a phone. He's just staring down at his feet.
Hey, Billy. What's going on?
The kid looks up, kind of a little startled. You can see he's got huge bags under his eyes, much like Mathias himself. And he goes, "Oh, hey, Mr. Williams. Hi. You getting in for the night or a day?" Oh God.
Yeah. Long night of work tonight.
Yeah.
What you doing out?
He just kind of looks up above the top of the stairwell. If you kind of tilt your head around that way, you can hear some distant shouting, and he's just like, I couldn't sleep."
Gotcha. Well, here, and Mathias is going to reach behind Billy's ear and pull out a $10 bill.
Oh, a 10? Damn. Okay.
Whoa.
And he's going to hand it to Billy and just be like, "Get yourself a soda and maybe just go for a walk for a bit. Clear your head."
Billy takes the $10 bill and is like, "Oh, gosh. That's so nice,
inflation's
Mr. Williams."
rough. It's a $10 bill for a soda.
Yeah, it's a whole 10. Yeah, 2027. You know, I was born in 2017. That make you feel old?
You have no idea.
Anyway, thanks, Mr. Williams. You're thanks. That's nice of you. Good night, or goodbye.
Bye, Billy.
And he kind of just sleepily stumbles down the stairs with the crumpled up bill in hand to go find a soda.
A singular
soda. He comes back with 60
He's gonna buy himself a whole. He's gonna buy himself a whole pallet. Inflation's way down.
He comes back with some Twitch streamer's brand drink that costs $12.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, you go back up to your room. You enter your apartment after a night with Vivian. I think there's just some little thing in the back of your mind that's like, someone's gonna be waiting for me when I step inside.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of like pause at the door, steady yourself, and then open it quickly, but the apartment is empty.
I think he still does like a cursory sweep of the place, checking the closets, just making sure that everything's fine before he draws the blackout curtains and lies down on the bed. And before he fully falls asleep, he's just rolling a coin in between his fingers, just thinking about what has transpired this night and trying to figure out what all of this means and why us. Why is it always us?
Eventually, the day sleep comes, although you take it a little differently than the rest. But you do sleep. You do not dream. Reggie. Where are you looking for shelter on this fine night?
They have booked it off into the night, and after running like 2 blocks, they start walking again. They head down some side alleys, mumbling their little song to them as they're kind of going along, eyes squeezed shut as they do so, just really trying to manifest, like, it's gonna be good night, we're gonna have a good night. And, you know, the visions that they had earlier and the strange voice in their head just kind of keeps playing on repeat, and they kind of shake it off, and they go find an overpass that has some bushes underneath it that are overgrown, checks around the area, and shockingly, there's no one there taking up that spot, so they kind of duck behind the bushes, and that's where they're gonna pass out that night.
I mean, I love the image. You do have a flaw, though, called No Haven, that requires you to make a test to find shelter each night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So
no.
it's not...
Oh, yeah.
You're not... Or each morning, I should say. You're not... It's not like you die if you feel... You just might be uncomfortable or might take a little damage or you might get into a scrap. So why don't you go ahead and just roll wits plus streetwise for me.
You guys ready to watch me fail another roll?
Hell
Ready for you
yeah!
to take more damage.
Okay, I got a 3 in streetwise. I got a 3 in wits.
You sure do.
There's no way I fail this.
You want a rouse check for 2 more dice?
No, I think we'll be fine with this. We got 6 dice.
And half of them are hunger dice.
Incredible.
3 successes, a basic test. On this fine evening, I will let you have it for 3 successes. You feel the prickle of day sleep coming to you, and as you bundle up under these bushes, under this overpass, you do feel something tugging at you. There's just this little pull in your gut, kind of like vertigo, but not necessarily unpleasant. You hear a little warm humming, kind of ambiently in the air. It seems to lull you into your day sleep. And you do not dream. And Timothy, having told the coterie he would, or told Mars and Antonio at least, he would meet them at the Pacific Host Hotel at sunset. Where are we headed to in the morning?
Back to our regular house.
Okay.
Headquarters?
Yeah, you get back to your little shack. As you're arriving, Pox has like bundled up some of her stuff into a duffel, and she is about to head out. And she goes, hey Tim, you crashing here?
Well, I'm just gonna park here.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll turn the lights off then. She flicks the lights off. She kind of stands there for a minute. In that awkward way of like, you didn't really have a full conversation, so how do we end the conversation? And she's like, do you think that whoever put that note on Reggie has something to do with the prince?
Yeah.
She just nods, goes, yeah, cool.
No.
But kinda.
You good?
I'm good. I'm so good. I had a great night. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Be seeing you.
And you turn your head half an inch, and she vanishes from sight.
Where's the hose?
Oh, you're gonna wash the van?
I was gonna wash the van.
Oh, what a gentleman. He keeps his word. You pick up the hose, you wash off the van, you scrub the windshield, and as you get back inside to lie down for the day, the radio turns on. It's a little bit finicky because you did smash the interface earlier in the night, but you hear Maud's voice come on say,
Thank you, Timothy.
You're welcome, Maud.
You're a good boy, Timothy.
No,
I know you didn't mean to kill me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You get your rest.
Aw.
Okay.
Tomorrow night we'll talk about cleaning off the dashboard.
Don't push it, Mod.
The radio, you say don't push it, the radio crackles like she is about to say something else, but then it just turns itself off.
I don't have a blanket. I just kind of curl into a fetal position and softly cry to myself to sleep.
Oh my God.
You cry yourself to sleep, and you do not dream.
I'm so sorry I'm laughing.
It's super funny.
RP Jester!
RP Jesters, baby!
It's in the name.
I
We do a couple little
apologize.
goofs.
Little goofs, little gags.
Little goofs, little gags. We cry ourselves
hoot and
to
holler.
sleep.
He'll never outlive the guilt. Jeez.
His haven's a constant reminder.
Ha ha ha. Classic comedy.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Woo.
Oof.
Now I've cried for real.
I'm like, so, I don't know how to segue out of that. It's
Where
just-
does the character
no
end?
segue.
Does Seth
What?
begin?
You say Mars and Antonio, and we keep going.
Mars and Antonio,
Yes,
you head to the Pacific Coast Hotel.
we sure do.
You purchase for yourself an evening stay. It is
Day stay.
a day. Fuck. Thank you, Jesus. Oh my God, I can't
Well,
believe
we
I
can't
screwed that
pay
up.
for a day, so it is
You
an
do
evening
pay for the
stay.
night.
That's
I
true.
suppose.
That's true. Yeah, no, I'm right. What I said was correct, and it made sense. But I do appreciate the correction.
Pay for a room.
You pay for a room. That's a good way to say it. You pay for a room. They're a little bit like, why are you checking in at 3 a.m? But
You can get an early flight.
No hotel questions while you're checking at 3 a.m.
without any bags and without calling ahead,
The hotel
Well-
staff are gonna go, they're here to fuck. Sorry, we'll do a safer edit. They're here to smush.
Smush.
I was going to say probably actually went and got clothes to change into, like
yeah, you bring a bag. Sure, you can
Yeah.
plan ahead.
a bag. Yeah, like not crazy, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
either.
Okay. So I mean, you bring your bag. You get to the hotel. You check in. You know, you're a charming person, and Antonio is horrifying, and no one wants to talk to him. So it's pretty simple. You give your fake identity, I assume,
Mm-hmm.
and you get your room. And you guys bring some blackout curtains as well. Put them up on the windows.
Mm-hmm.
Lock the door. Do not disturb. Anything to look around in the room, or
I mean, it's what a standard hotel room. I mean, this is a pretty nice hotel.
it's a nice hotel. I assumed you went for one of the cheaper options.
Yeah, no, nothing crazy, but it's still what there was a K-pop star staying in here a couple days ago. So
It's a luxury hotel.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think for now it's kind of just talking about maybe what the plan is for tomorrow, or well, I mean, because Timothy is going to come, so
Mm-hmm.
I think in this moment, as we're I guess like changing into sleepwear.
If you want.
For some reason, that sounds like weird to say, but yeah, it is.
It is. Yeah.
Right? It does sound weird, but no. But Mars would every day. No.
We're cartoons. We wear the same outfit every day.
Well, I mean, you don't sweat. Your body doesn't function during the day, so like it's not like you're gonna ruin the clothes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, I mean, again, I was wearing like a performance outfit, so I was probably not going to day sleep in like a fancy outfit. But I would I don't know if Antonio is doing anything with this particular thing I'm about to mention. But Mars would smile and look at his lapel and be like, "It's cool that you kept that, by the way." And she gestures to a music note pin that's on your jacket there.
Oh, I forgot about it. I don't really take it off.
And he looks down at it. And even though he says he forgot about it, you can tell that it's been like polished and upkept throughout the years.
Oh, my heart.
That's nice. They definitely smush it.
oh yeah.
Sure.
Right.
We'll go
They're
with that,
vampires.
Jonas.
They're all fucking. Sorry. They're all smushing.
We can curse. It's okay. And you both, as the curtains drawn and the sun rises outside, you fall into the day sleep, and neither of you dream.
That'd be funny if one of us dreamt and then we'd know they weren't a vampire.
Can you imagine?
It's not that straightforward. It's not that straightforward.
Someone's been
Casey.
playing a werewolf the whole time.
One of us would walk in the room and be like, man, I had the craziest dream, and we would immediately kill them.
Yep,
'Cause we
exactly.
just immediately kill them. Yeah.
Weird things happen in dark places, and that's all I'm
What?
going to say.
During the day, kindred turn to corpses. Your blood does not move, it grows quiescent, sluggish. If anyone were to stumble upon any of your sleeping forms, it would be trivial to stake you, decapitate you, burn you. And yet, hours of daylight pass in this late February chilly sun, and the night of February 25th comes, and all must wake as the sun sets below the western horizon. Everyone, please make a rouse check.
Oh, baby.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
That's a success. That's not a
Iconic.
success.
Guys, 6 for 6?
Holy
5 for 5?
Crap. Oh my god. That's insane.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. So I see Reggie hungry. Very hungry. You do still have a bag of blood on you, but still very hungry. Tonio, slightly hungry, getting peckish. You hear a rumbling in your ears that just kind of is like, feed, as you're waking to this feeling. Timothy, you wake in your van. Now, you did fail, but you have special ability.
Blade of the Sleeping Beast.
Glade of the Sleeping Beast. When alone in your haven, and you have not yet fed on a given night, you may re-roll one rouse check.
Hell yeah.
Is he ever alone in his haven with a ghost?
That's a
I'm
good
alone.
point. You're not. You can't use that merit. I'm sorry.
I'm alone.
Maud is watching you.
Casey, you're the student that asked if the teacher wanted us to hand in the homework.
I did the homework.
But you may go ahead and re-roll that rouse check,
I thank you. Hey. All right.
and that's a success. So you don't get hungry. So you wake and you do hear that smarmy voice about to say something, but as you kind of blink away the death sleep that you have risen from, it is whisked away from you as you center yourself in your space here. And Matthias and Mars, you're fine. You guys are still both at 1 hunger. Is that true? Correct?
Yes.
Still at
Alright.
one.
You guys are at 1 hunger.
What?
My blood doesn't work the same as yours.
Oh my god.
I'm in control.
Ooh, dangerous words.
I said what I said.
Anyone who wants to go out in public will probably want to make another rouse check to use Blush of Life. It's not a
I will.
necessity for anyone in this coterie, but it does make it easier to interact with people and a little less, yes, a finger?
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty, I mean, listen.
For me? I mean, I'll take it.
You can walk through a crowd as a corpse and no one will notice. But if you want to be interacting with anyone, asking
That's
a
where
lot
you're
of
wrong.
questions.
People will notice me.
or anything that requires a lot of social interaction, you probably want to turn on Blush of Life, or else people are going to start asking questions about why you're so cold and why you're not breathing.
I've already done my blush of life.
Okay. So you do get a little bit hungrier.
Do I have anything? Thin blood doesn't matter for Blush of Life stuff, correct?
Thin bloods always count as having used Blush of Life.
My blood doesn't work the same as yours, guys.
Yeah.
Casey's Blush of Life as a thin blood is more like a trip to Sephora.
Don't shame me.
That's rosy cheeks.
Mars, you wake up with this like rollicking timpani in your ears, like a marching band is playing and jumping through your head, and just kind of makes you want
A
something.
marching band?
The instinct is like parade food, but obviously that won't do anything for you.
Maybe a clown.
Maybe a clown. Okay, great. Let's check in with. So Timothy's going to head over to the hotel I assume we'll meet up with Mars and Antonio before they do anything, so we'll resolve that together.
Mm-hmm.
So let's check in with Matthias. Where are you going as you wake up for the night?
First thing I'm going to do as I wake up is I want to text Leslie and try and meet up with her.
Okay. Yeah. You get a text back after like 10, 15 minutes. She says, switchboard's got me running all over town. I can try and spare some time, maybe in an hour or two. And you can determine a meeting place at some,
Yeah.
off screen efficiently.
Yeah, we'll do that. And then I would like to make my way to my haven.
You leave Mama's Good Italian, wave goodbye to the owners as they're prepping for the dinner rush.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's probably like 7, 8. Anyway, you're heading out to the prop theater. This old abandoned place now used mostly for storage.
Which I do want to mention as well that the prop theater is not the actual name of the theater.
Yes.
Yes. As he's going up to it, you can see that a couple of the letters from the prop theater have fallen off. So now it says prop theater, but you can see the sun-faded remnants of the other letters, and it spells the Prophecy Theater. But he goes in.
He goes in, and you head in, look around, make sure no one's watching, down through the long, cobweb, dusty seats up to the stage. Boxes and boxes piled everywhere. There's like a little fluttering of feathers and cooing. You glance up and the rafters just completely full of pigeons.
Pigeons.
What are we doing here?
I thought Matthias had a bunch of pet birds for a second.
The birds have a pet Matthias.
Matthias is here. He goes into one of the old offices of the theater where he has set himself up a nice little library. And he wants to do some research on the Oculus here.
Yeah, okay, great. Did you take the library merit? Is that what you're doing?
I did. I took the library merit for my haven. This gives me... each dot in this merit adds 1 to the dice pool for rolls on academics, investigation, or occult, and I have chosen occult for this because
Sure. It's an occult library.
Matthias is very interested in the occult, as poorly as he rolls it.
Go ahead and roll intelligence plus occult plus 1 die. You want a blood surge on this?
What does that mean?
You're at very low hunger, so you could spend a rouse check. Now, unfortunately, your blood is awfully thin, so it only gives you 1 more die instead of 2. But you could if you wanted.
Yeah, I've been on a roll with my rouse check, so I'll give it a go. Don't laugh at me.
There we go. And
there's my first rouse check fail.
Just as with everyone else.
That's fine.
A little deep voice in the back of your head comes to the fore and just says,
Matthias, what are we doing here, buddy? Is this worth it? Is this worth getting involved?
Just shake my head and go back to the books. And so this is going to be... Oh my god. I'm going to go ahead and spend a willpower on that, because, oh my god,
yes.
That was only 1 success.
1 success on 6 dice.
Crazy.
I will say, everyone, also, I forgot this. It is a new night. Please, everyone, refresh your willpower, equivalent to the higher of either your resolve or composure. And I don't think anyone spent more than 1, so everyone should be back to fresh.
Not anymore, I'm not.
All right.
All right. Yeah, 1 willpower, 3 dice. You have 3 non-hunger dice that you can roll. Go ahead.
Yep. Oh my god.
That
3 did nothing.
That's how my willpower rerolls usually go.
Wow.
The dice know something.
I'll spend another one. I'll re-roll all those again.
Stunning, Casey.
You can, yeah. You can spend another and keep going. Although I will say it's kind of funny to just be at nothing.
0, 0, 0. Come on.
Don't tempt me with a good time. One more. Let's go.
Yeah,
One
good
more,
times.
baby. Come on, all zeros again. Whoa!
Yes, there we go.
There we go.
With 3 successes, I think in your little occult library, what you are able to determine is that the Oculus refers to a Seattle area phenomenon. I think it's still not clear if it's an artifact, a location, an event, but it is a Seattle native thing. It goes back to at least when the city was founded in the 1800s, and there are no witnesses. to this. No one can say that they have seen one or seen it or seen them. No one knows exactly what the terms are. It is just this, essentially an urban legend that has lingered in the minds of Seattle's supernatural community. And many people have thought it is lost, or it's not here, or it is going to come back. It's just this thing that apparently happened once or existed once and then went away, and according to Runa Roth, is now back in Seattle. And anything? No, 3 successes. I think that's all you'll get from there. So, but you have uncovered some useful information that it is tied to the history of the city somehow. So that might help you pursue some other leads.
Okay.
All right. Let's jump over to Reggie.
Bonjour.
Reggie, you wake hungry, very hungry. As you wake up, there is someone standing over you. A 6 foot tall, square jawed, kind of a gym rat type guy. He's got sides of his head shaved, little kind of faux hawk thing happening, some geometric tattoos. He's just leaning over you with his arms crossed, and he's like, "You pathetic little worm, get the fuck up. What are you doing in the dirt?"
Reggie would snap away and scuttle back, grab their backpack, try and, grab their sleeping pad that they were on and scoop that up as well. I recognize this person?
You do recognize this person. It is extremely unfortunate that you do. This is your sire, Jack.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Immediate, panic sweats on Reggie, eyes dilating a little bit in fear as they stare up at this person that caused them just an immense amount of trauma.
And as little beads of blood form on your brow and start running down the sides of your face, you feel that warmth again, that soft lullaby-like humming in your ears. And the apparition of your sire fades away like mist in front of you.
Oh.
And
What?
you are hungry, you are frazzled, and you just hear this warm humming in your ear that seems to be pulling at you.
Is it pulling at me towards a certain direction?
Why don't you roll about it?
Why you gotta make me roll for things, Jonas?
Give me...
Jonas!
In this dice game that we're playing? Give me...
can't you just give me things? Please.
Give me wits awareness, I think.
Wits awareness, or as we call it here, awareness wits.
Try and follow the thought.
Oh,
Ooh.
that doesn't look great.
2 snap.
Horrible. Oh, baby.
I think 2 successes is enough to... You don't feel anywhere in a direction to it, but as you then, you're like, okay, well, I better get going to wherever I'm going then. As you start moving down the block, it starts to get a little bit stronger. And it's more of a hot cold situation.
I think first things first, Reggie's gonna try and drink that blood.
Sure.
Still in the bush before they even head out.
Sure.
So I need to make a rouse check for that.
No, you need to resist frenzy because you're at hunger 4.
Right. All right. Submit. I succeed. Well, we'll find out. I got 2 successes. Is that
Two
is
success.
Isn't that all right?
That is the
okay?
difficulty for tasting blood at hunger 4.
Ooh.
Oh shit! I'm wrong.
Oh, no. 2 isn't a success?
I lied to our listeners last time. It's the sight of an open wound or smell of blood that's a difficulty 2. The taste of blood is difficulty 3.
Oh, wonderful.
So you just failed.
In this instance, again, there isn't anyone around. If you were to frenzy, you would basically thrash and fling yourself at a wall and just go screaming through the night anyway. So I think what happens here is you drink the blood, you'll slake 1 hunger, but in doing so, you basically rip it open with your teeth and cover yourself in it.
Ruined another shirt.
You have drenched Antonio's white shirt in blood.
Now it's a red shirt.
It's a red shirt, yeah.
It's a red shirt now.
Soon to be a brown shirt.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's all right. I'll go to the laundromat and I'll shove it in somebody else's wash.
Okay. You put your shirt with a hole on it back on. You come down as you sip the last of this blood.
and
Okay, then.
start trying to lick it off your arms and your hands
And the shirt.
and the shirt.
He's like sucking up the shirt.
Reggie rips off the shirt, which just shows like their body, which is just bruised, emaciated, and just unfortunately skinny. And they like wring the shirt out above them, trying to get every last drop of that blood.
Yeah.
Or like practically sucking on it. And then once they sort of settle down, breathing heavy, they pull out the shirt that had a hole in it. They pull out like a little needle. They try and do a quick repair on that. If you want me to roll on that, I can.
Yeah, I mean, I gave you the not a horrible frenzy, so let's roll about this.
Should we do a craft?
Dex craft?
A dexterity craft? Okay, this could go well for me. I have really nice dex.
That's a messy critical.
Great.
That's I don't know how to read that work in this situation.
It's it's poor stitching.
I take a finger off.
I think he just pulls like the stitch too tight, so it just bunches up.
Oh yeah, it's got a bunch on it now.
I mean, I make the shirt worse.
You do stitch the hole, but like in your frantic trying to do it quickly, you just
I get blood on it.
Your hands are still bloody. There's stains on the pit. You rip the hem a little bit, so like you fix the hole. It has 3 other problems.
Yeah.
It's not drenched in blood. It's just a couple little stains. It's better than the other one.
Yeah, they like put the shirt on. They're just kind of standing there in this. There's a little bit of light filtering in from a nearby street light, and it's just them silhouetted, looking skinny and hunched over, and just a little broken as a silhouette until they put everything. You know, they take that bloody shirt, they just shove it into their bag, into like a separate pocket.
Yep.
I think in a moment they like go, oh shit. And they reach into that outer pocket where they just shoved that bloody shirt. They pull out a letter that wasn't sealed, that now just has blood all over it. And she just kind of goes, shit, not sending that anymore. And they tuck that back in, and like the camera catches it, and it's addressed to a women's prison outside of the city. And then they're just like, fuck, I gotta meet with everybody. Oh my god. And they just like slick their hair back, like they have they pull out a hair tie that has been tied off twice.
Yeah.
And they just scrunch their hair up as a messy bun and just start running.
Are you running to try and meet your coterie, or are you going to try and follow the humming?
At first, they think in their head, it's like, oh, I'm going to meet the coterie. Subconsciously, they are only following the humming.
Yeah. You don't know how correct you are, but yeah.
Exactly. They're disoriented right now. A lot of bad stuff just happened to them, and they they tear off it.
Night.
Gonna be a good night. I don't know who said that.
And let us return to the Pacific Coast Hotel. Mars, Antonio, you wake, you collect yourselves, you change into your evening wear. Timothy, you park, you get out, you get some odd looks from the residents and staff who are like a little confused to see this grungy, stringy-haired punk loitering outside their fancy hotel. Does Timothy go in, or do Mars and Antonio come down to meet?
I think we text about meeting up in the lobby, maybe.
Okay.
I want to note that Mars picked an outfit, not necessarily a performance outfit, but something that looks a little bit more rock star than a standard, more casual based outfit. And we meet up. So I guess we're looking for just whatever information about, this attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to, think of the Nos that I know in town, and I just can't imagine they would do this. But maybe, I don't know, maybe if we get a look at a security camera, we can maybe see.
That would be my first bet.
Yeah. I have an idea, if you guys are willing to follow my lead.
Go ahead.
What's the idea?
Well, thinking of pretty much just pulling the musician card. Looks at Antonio and points bodyguard, points at Timothy, groupie.
Hey, now, come on.
Band. Well, look, I don't know.
Roadie?
Stagehand? Roadie?
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
I'm in.
Agree? Right?
I think Rudy's more apt.
And now we're a team. Yeah?
Sure. Yeah, I'm with it.
Cool. And story is I lost a bracelet that is more expensive than we care to talk about. And we think it was lost in the mass of people seeing Seo-jun.
The meet and greet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Cool? All right.
Yeah, works for me.
Okay. So you approach, you find a manager somewhere. Timothy, are you still, would you care to activate Blush of Life, or will you be, and Antonio as well? Or are you guys going to stay pale?
Activate.
I'd probably advise it if it wasn't already happening, actually.
Time to rouse. Rouse successful.
All right.
Why do
Timothy,
you
color.
guys get to succeed on all your rouse checks? Like, when do I get to succeed
I
on a
failed
rouse
once.
I failed one.
I'm gonna
High five,
roll,
Casey.
of course. Oh my god, I crit on the...
You roll a crit. You just rolled a crit.
The random ass dice guy rolls comes up a 10.
I randomly rolled a rouse check and it was a crit. All right, I'm gonna be quiet.
I don't know if I should do my Font of Life. Because if I'm a bodyguard, I mean, that's only going to make me more intimidating.
Okay, the emphasis should be on guard, not body.
I think, yeah, as long as you guys aren't trying to do a lot of the talking, I think you're more than welcome to stay weird. And if anyone notices, they'll just think you are a weirdo freak.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe a vampire. Who knows?
You find a manager. It is a 30-something-year-old young man, tan skin. He's got like a kind of frizzy, like spiked up gelled hair, wearing like a dark red, like a maroon shirt and tie, black tie. He's got a little name tag that says Perry. And
The platypus. Sorry.
no, maroon shirt, not teal, not an orange tie. Learn the character.
They put on a little hat.
Perry, the hotel manager.
Perry, the hotel manager.
Sure.
You meet Perry. They greet you. They recognize you as having come in last night, and say, "Hello, hi, Miss Glamorgan. Pleasure to see you. Is everything okay with your room? Can I do anything to enhance your stay at the Pacific Coast?"
Yes, actually.
So accurate.
So actually, the other day I happened to be passing out in front of your hotel, and we're kind of trying
you
to.
passed out in front of the hotel? I'm
no,
so
we
sorry.
were passing out in front of, like, I was passing by.
Okay. I'm sorry. Please continue.
You know the night Seo-jun was here.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we were passing by, and we were kind of trying to narrow it down, but I think this is where I lost a very expensive bracelet that I'm missing, and we were kind of looking to see if maybe we could see if your security cameras may have picked something up. I know that there was quite a crowd outside.
I mean, I'll see what I can do about that. Yeah, if you know kind of, if you can think of kind of the time of night it happened, and
one more thing also, I'd like to add awe to this situation, if you will.
Awe. I wonder, does awe apply here?
I'm just trying to get attention.
You are trying to, so awe adds to charisma related roles. This is probably a manipulation test. Actually, it can add to, hold on, let me read out again real quick. So I think it actually says something more helpful than that. Any persuasion or performance as well as to other charisma related. So, okay, so we'll do it that way. So, great, I'm not bending the rules. I'm great at this game. Roll manipulation plus persuasion plus your presence rating for awe. Timothy and Antonio, as Mars approaches and does a little flip of her hair to speak with Perry, you guys feel your attention inexplicably drawn to her. And she, for all intents and purposes, and not just you, but other passersby as well, other guests checking in, other staff as they're walking by. One, housekeeping staff who's carrying, like, a bucket of cleaning supplies stumbles over a carpet and almost drops everything because they turn to look. In this moment, Mars is the most captivating figure in the lobby.
Yeah, Grippy would have been fine. What?
Settle down.
I did get 4 successes. I am considering re-rolling the remaining 3. I don't know. I think this is kind of important.
Yeah, I think 4 successes is fine. You are a rock star. I mean, that's not a lie. It's perfectly believable. And you also have already paid to stay at the hotel. So
yes,
there's a little bit of a hint in Perry's mind. It's like, but she only checked in last night. So, like, why was she here? But it is immediately washed away by the star power of your presence. And he goes, let me just go talk to my security officer, and we will get that sorted for you right away if you'll follow me, please. And
Thank you so much.
he'll lead you into a back room. Yeah, you give the time and date that Vivian told you from Seo Jun. The security officer scans the photos, and you are able to see on this footage, there's not an angle of the alley where the attack happened.
No.
Of course, because that would be an instant police investigation. What you do see while you're scanning through this footage is a glitch. There is a messy spot of pixels where something passes through the alley a few moments before and a few moments after what you assume is the time of the attack. Clearly a human figure, but a blurry form distorted by these glitching pixels, which the average mortal would chalk up to a fault of technology, but older kindreds such as yourselves recognize as a power of obfuscate, the discipline of stealth. This is someone with a pretty advanced obfuscate rating. An older Nosferatu makes a lot of sense. It is possible to identify the figure through this difficulty. It just adds to the difficulty. That was a bad sentence to say. So if someone would like to roll, I think, let's say intelligence awareness would be the best bet for this.
Can we roll it together, or maybe the best of us should?
Yeah, let me take a look.
The best roller can roll, and if each of you who has a point in awareness can add a point to their roll as well.
Sure, I have 2 points in awareness, so.
I got 2 as well.
And who has the higher intelligence?
My intelligence is also 2.
I'm at 4.
4? Okay, cool.
I don't think Timothy has points in awareness, unfortunately.
He's not very aware.
So I add what now? Add 1, you said?
So intelligence plus awareness plus 1 die.
Gotcha,
And if you want a blood surge on this, there is a high difficulty to this roll because of the obfuscation.
Do it.
I'm going to hold off for now, but I might willpower later on.
Okay.
All right, right now I'm at 4 successes.
Ooh.
Yeah, let me take those 3 non-successes.
You have 2.
Because one of those is a hunger die. You
Oh, you're
reroll
right,
a
you're
hunger
right.
die.
Maybe.
But go ahead and spend a willpower on those 2 dice. You got plenty. You got the most willpower in the coterie.
Indeed, indeed. And there we get another success.
5 successes. I'm gonna say this. It's not quite enough. You're sure it's a Nosferatu. I think you can maybe rule out one that you know, but unless you want to reroll for that last success, you are not going to get a good look at their face.
Yeah, I'll do one more. Why not?
You got plenty of willpower, my man.
Yeah. And it makes it a crit.
A critical success.
There we go.
Excellent.
There we
That
go.
is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 successes on a difficulty 6. Antonio, you've been in Seattle the whole time that you've been a vampire, apart from a few trips across the country. You are the longest present in Seattle, and you know the scene better than almost anyone. You recognize the shitty comb-over. You recognize the melted wax flesh. Even through this glitchy, tinny black and white recording, you pick apart corpses for a living. You are very good at taking out the messy, messy details. You recognize one Jimmy McKinley, a Nosferatu tech expert and general stick in the mud that nobody likes.
Curly, really? God.
We will cut away from there as you whisper his unfortunate nickname, Mathias. You've done your research. You've been poring over your books for about an hour. Where are you going next? You do have a dead drop waiting for you from Cassandra Brahm.
Yes. First, before heading out of the prop theater, Mathias is going to head to one of the dressing rooms, goes over to a mini fridge and opens it up, pulling out and replacing a couple of these different vials as he slips them into his sleeves, and they almost disappear into his sleeves. Before he heads out, and if he still has time before meeting up with Leslie, he is going to go and head towards the dead drop.
Sure, I think you can pick up your dead drop on the way. This little like abandoned post office box that you use for these messages and transports.
Mm-hmm.
And you find a package from Cassandra Brahm with a requested refrigerated thermos of blood and a couple cigars, as well as a few other reagents. Pick it up, tuck it away, slip into your messenger bag or whatever you may have on you, and head off to meet with Leslie.
Yep.
Reggie.
Hi.
You're running through the city.
Mm-hmm.
You're scared. You're still so hungry. It's a miracle you're still with us, you know? You're running through the city. Now, a nice thing about being a vampire is they don't really get tired or sore. You're still not used to that, but you're able to run for quite a distance without even losing your breath because you're not breathing right now. You have not used the blush of life. Your body is corpse-like.
Oh, yeah.
And the humming is growing louder, and the feeling is growing warmer, and the pull is growing stronger. And before you even really process what's going on, you make a turn and nearly smack face first into a sleek black town car with tinted windows. And the lullaby is obviously coming from within this car. Quite loud, quite strong, quite comforting, actually. It feels like the place that you should be. And I mean, you smack into this car. What do you do?
I think what happens is Reggie is kind of like looking around, almost doesn't even acknowledge the fact that they just absolutely body slammed into this car.
Yeah.
And, you know, if they were human, they might have actually really injured themselves. And they just kind of look around and they go, is it 2 lefts to the hotel? But as they're saying that, their hand is already on the handle of the door.
Yeah.
And they're already opening it to get into the car.
You just kind of find yourself settling in, and I think it's the slamming of the car door that jolts you into realizing you have slipped into the back seat next to a beautiful man with a thick beard that ends in a sharp little point. And he, as you kind of like nervously turn your head to look at him, he just gives you this warm little smile, and the humming fades away, and he says, Reggie, I'm glad you could join me. I think we have a lot to talk about. And so closes another chapter of Midnight.
Man.
Boy!
Yeah.
Woo.
Who is that guy?
Who is that guy? I don't know.
He's a little silly Billy is what he is.
Silly
Oh,
Billy.
cutie
He's just a
patootie.
Little
silly
cutie
guy.
patootie.
All right, does anyone have anything they would like to Seth, do you want to direct our plugs again
Rachel!
tonight? Okay.
Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Majora's Rose. Follow me on my personal socials at Rachel Kordell.
Oh my god.
Great job, Jonas!
Tintenseher, Linktree, itch.io. I am working on a video.
Great.
Ooh.
I want to watch that video. Casey.
Hi.
Casey.
Hey, bud.
I don't,
Spit it out.
I'm just I don't
What are
have
you
anything.
chewing on, Casey?
Nothing.
Open your mouth.
No.
What's in your mouth?
No.
Spit that out.
What's happening?
I'm gonna get the
that
bottle.
out.
I'm gonna get the water bottle.
Don't do it, Andrew.
He'll like the water bottle. It's too hot in that closet.
It's
You're
so
right,
hot.
you're right.
The
That was
heat
just
is now
refreshing
on.
the
And
bastard.
it's awful.
Moving on, Sky.
Our podcast.
Andrew.
Leave it a room. Leave it a review, please.
Give it a room.
Please leave
Place
it.
the
leave it-
podcast in a secure room. Only
Place
D-class personnel may interact with the podcast. Do not
But-
look directly at the podcast.
But-
Listen to the podcast with your ears.
But anyone can leave it a review, though. But only a few people can look at it. So don't look at it, but definitely leave us a tasty little review. That way, then
All
I
right.
can read it in the morning.
Good.
As I say,
Good
morning.
Good
night.
night.
Good night.
I guess Andrew just doesn't get a plug.
No, he doesn't. Click.
Aw, man.